Alright, this is the summation of the March 2nd meeting of the Town Council. In the background, these images will be from the 2009 May 2nd fishing derby at the Mendham Pond. Alright, so anyway, the May 2nd meeting started it was mostly concerned discussion of a cellular technology for cell phones that might avoid having a tower, a necessity for a 150-foot tower. By using fiber optics and smaller transmission machines, devices on telephone poles to fill in the gaps. The town might have to finance it, but in the end the telecommunication companies would be required to use the technology that we're providing, and then pay for it or rent it or however the agreement might be. So there was about a half an hour, 40 minutes of discussion regarding the possibility of that, because somebody in the town had information or knowledge of the technology, and they were just basically letting the town know what's possible. Then there was also discussion of the dirt that was left over at the high school. It's apparently 700 truckloads that have to be removed from when they astroturfed the football field. Apparently it's not good enough dirt for any useful purpose, but apparently later it's found out that they were able to get a contractor that's going to use it in a golf course or something, so they're going to truck it away for free, but they'll probably wait till the summer when school is out so they can run the trucks all day to do the 700 loads. There was some discussion of the CityNet website that the town still, as of today anyway, it still isn't up yet. It's supposed to be May. Just seems like it's taken months for the town to get up to speed on what is just a template website, basically. The town spent $7,000 for the first year. Apparently the maintenance cost will be a couple thousand, $2 or $3 a year. Part of the expense for the initial year was paid by one of the banks, and I don't know what that was perfectly legal or not. So anyway, it still isn't up to date anyway. And then there was some discussion of some extra money for the fishing derby. I think the town had to spend another $1,500 to help finance it. It's partly financed through the police department, so I don't know the exact finance, but apparently the fish cost more money, so there was more of an expense, and the township has also chipped in equal amount. Alright, so on the March 16th meeting, try to get both meetings done here. There was a fence ordinance that was introduced. I don't know exactly the particulars. I guess it just has to do with height limitations and requirements for fences that are on the front of properties versus fences in the back of properties, that kind of stuff. There was some discussion of the wood chip ordinance, which was they basically eradicated the old ordinance that required a fee, and so now you can call the DPW and arrange to have wood chips delivered a truckload at a time, because they just basically want to get rid of the chips because they have no facilities to store them, and it's an expense to get rid of them otherwise. So you can, if you're interested, call the DPW. I have videotape. I got a load delivered here, and they're pretty good wood chips, and it was a pretty simple process, and it's free to borough residents. Then there was some discussion about moving some money, I don't know, some sort of Kelly acquisition or act, I don't know, couldn't exactly tell what they were talking about. A lot of veiled talk, so hard to know exactly what it was about. There was some discussion of the Highlands Act and getting some professional service people, apparently 3 different people that will be handling different parts of advising the town on what the particulars are. So altogether, apparently the town's entitled to some $50,000 in grant money to pay for deciding or figuring out whether they can comply with the Highlands Act or whether they should participate or however it works. There was some discussion of the amount of money that's spent on county radio service, apparently some $100,000 that they take care of radio calls, and that they want to, I think the town intends to find some other way to have the service provided. Again, at the March 16th meeting, there was some talk about a consultant, getting another consultant on the alternative cell tower technology, and so the council did agree to spend $77,000 for a consultant who would advise the town on the feasibility of the technology, and perhaps let them know what kind of vendors are possible or available. The town is apparently also moving forward with some water recovery system to wash the utility trucks. It's a state requirement that the trucks be washed, to remove salt and chemicals from the trucks, and that the water be recovered instead of dumped into the sewage system. Let's see what else. There was some discussion of some ordinance about parking and at the firehouse, and that there'll be 4-hour parking, and that needs to be changed. There was some sort of other grant. I don't know what it was for exactly. It had something to do with writing summonses, and the fact that the grant wouldn't cover the amount that the town would be required to collect or something. But anyway, so apparently they're not going to bother applying for the grant. There was some discussion of a new ordinance regarding the Affordable Housing Council requirements, and apparently the town, it'd be advisable to create some ordinance, I guess, that protects the town from what might be some expenses. No details were provided. Some discussion about the expansion of the historic district and how many houses would have to be included in the new standards they'd have to comply with. No real details there either. So that about sums up those two meetings from March. Sorry about the delay, but stuff happens. So till next time.